Good evening, football fans. Welcome to Mac Aldridge Field, home of the Durfee Hilltoppers, for Week 4 football action between Durfee and the visiting Dartmouth Indians. Evan Massoud with you for the call of tonight's action here, the end of September. It is a pretty gross night, although the rain seems to have stopped momentarily, but we can expect it throughout the night to keep coming back and forth. This should be a good matchup because both of these teams are hungry for a win, both coming in 0-3. Durfee losing to Somerset, Taunton, and Wellesley, when the Indians losing to Central Catholic, Attleboro, and Milton. So both teams also having trouble scoring points this season. Durfee been outscored 75-7, Dartmouth 93-13. Not pretty numbers, but you know, for Durfee, they're a young team. And that was something that Coach Brown told me early on. Actually, in a lot of, kind of transversely, the other side for Dartmouth, a lot of upperclassmen. The opening kickoff goes out of play around the 35. Durfee's receiving the ball here to begin things, which is something that Coach Brown told me pregame that he was hoping would happen, is that Durfee could get the ball and try to put something together offensively right out of the chute. Said some of the mistakes that have been coming early in games that prevented the Hilltoppers from, taking that early lead. And obviously, when you play with the lead, your entire game plan is different. So when you got to play from behind, things, you kind of press a little bit. So the Hilltoppers don't want to do that. Their only touchdown coming in Week 2 against Taunton. They were shut out at Somerset, and last week at Wellesley, pretty lopsided game last week on the road. Kickoff went out of bounds, so Dartmouth will re-kick from 5 yards further back. So they'll kick off now from the 35. And you can see again the wind, it's just really kind of a nasty night here. Ball doesn't want to stay on the tee. Here at game time, currently dry. We had some sprinkles pregame. 56 degrees. And a north wind for about 5 miles an hour. Decent return for the Hilltoppers. Getting all the way back to the 45. Durfee will start right about midfield. Excellent field position for the Hilltoppers. This is the home opener for Durfee. They started with 3 consecutive road games. And you can hear the Hilltopper student body coming out in droves for the first home game of the year. Coming out to support the team. Seeing a couple alumni coming in as well. Decide to run it on first down, and it will be a first down on the run. Number 3, Lucas Roque, carrying the ball for the Hilltoppers across midfield for a first down. That was a 12-yard carry for the Durfee senior captain. Another run from scrimmage and some room. Roque still on his feet, gets clobbered from both sides, but it's another first down and more. Najir Montero, the QB for the Hilltoppers, a sophomore. Timeout Dartmouth very early here. Indians not liking, I guess, what they've seen on the first 2 plays. See the Durfee bench there trying to get the team fired up. So 2 consecutive runs, 2 consecutive first downs for the Hilltoppers in the running game. Lucas Roque carrying both. I mentioned Montero, he's the QB tonight. Alvin Ditt had been the QB. He started in Somerset and actually had been playing both sides of the ball. He got hurt in Taunton, so he is still out. He's not playing. Not the starting QB. So it's Montero under center and calling the shots. Roque back out there. Hilltoppers at the 23. Knocking on the door to the red zone in their opening drive. They'll run it again. Has some room. Sidelines. 5. Touchdown, Durfee. That didn't take too long. Eli Concepcion, the Hilltoppers on 3 plays, go 55 yards in 43 seconds. 6-0 Durfee. That's a heck of a start. Hilltoppers will set up for the extra point. Ball on its way, and it is good.
The extra point try is good.
Well, that's exactly what Coach Brown said he wanted to have happen. An opening drive score for the Hilltoppers. Going down the field, they got a good return on the kickoff. And 3 straight runs. Durfee out to the early lead on their home turf. Little squib kick on a bounce, and the Indians just fall on it. Number 87.
First and 10 Indians from the 37.
So falling on the kickoff there was Maxwell Farah, a junior for the Indians. He's a tight end. The kicker for the Hilltoppers, number 51, Sebastian Anacion. He's a freshman. He hit that extra point to make it 7-0. Dartmouth running it on the first play from scrimmage. Javar Williams carrying the ball.
Javar Williams. Stopped by number 58, Javen Babola.
Again, Dartmouth allowing a lot of points. In fact, with that touchdown, they've now allowed on defense an even 100 points through 3+ games. So we update these numbers. They've been outscored so far 100-13. Definitely some defensive issues for the Indians. And, you know, this is a team that just 3 years ago came off back-to-back Super Bowl championships, winning the state title at Gillette.
Stopped by number 11, Brian Cruz.
So another carry for the Indians. They're going to have 3rd and 1 from the 47.
3rd and 1 for the Indians.
And coming off the field, their running back there, Williams. Going to spread out a bit here. It looks like they may pass. And in fact, they hand it off, and it's going to be close to a first. Depends on where the knee went down. The handoff was a clean handoff there for Nolan Ellis, the QB.
For an Indians first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40.
They do move the chains, getting there. The handoff actually didn't look too good. I thought for a second maybe they were faking it because Ellis held on to it for quite a while. There's kind of a little bit of a log jam there, but they got enough there, just needed the yard. Well, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, and it is a QB keeper, and that's going to get them across midfield. About an 8-yard carry for Ellis, who called his own number that time.
Second down.
So that gets the Indians to the Durfee 44. 2nd and 2. Another carry, 2nd and 2. There is a flag. That would be enough for a first down. Flag coming on the Durfee sideline.
Handoff to number 28, Dylan Pacheco, brought down by number 58.
Dylan Pacheco carrying the ball that time. Let's wait and see what the flag is.
Penalty was declined. It'll be first down for the Indians.
The penalty declined because of the first down. Everybody backed up on the Durfee side there. It was a sideline infraction there. So another fake the handoff this time. The southpaw. Oh boy, I thought that was going to be picked off. Instead, a completed pass. Ellis going to the air. First pass of the night, and it is complete for 9 yards.
Ellis' pass complete. Number 13, Nathan Oliver.
Captain Nathan Oliver coming down with it down on that far side. They'll hand it off. That's a first down and a few more. You know, for two teams that have struggled offensively and have had defenses that have given up quite a few points, this could be a game for both sides to kind of get their offense going. Again, we saw Durfee score in less than a minute their first drive, and now Dartmouth moving the chains a few times here in their first drive. Another handoff, lots of room on this side. A key block for the Indians, and doing that was Nathan Oliver, giving some room for the running back. Williams gets 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Especially with the wet field. Field needs a paint job. Tough to see these lines. Fake the handoff. Ellis go. Oh, Ellis gets leveled. Lucas Roque saying, how do you do to the Indians QB? A vicious tackle on the blind side. Ellis lucky he even got a yard out of that. Can bring up 3rd and 4. Don't see hard-nosed tackles like that very often in high school football. So another 3rd down for the Indians. This one 3rd and 4, so a chance for the Hilltoppers to get Dartmouth off the field. They do hand it off, and this is going to be very close. It should be a first down. Pacheco on the carry. And our official standing at the 20-yard line. It is good for a Indians first down. So in the red zone, Dartmouth at the 20, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Indians from the 15.
And the ball's actually on the 15 again. Talk about the paint. Tough to see the lines and the numbers. They hand it off up the middle for a couple yards on first down. We'll give them 2, 2nd and 8. Dartmouth's trying to answer Durfee's opening drive with a touchdown of their own. Ellis dropping back, pressure, still on his feet, second chance effort. Hilltoppers with the sack, and what should be a loss of 5 or 6 yards.
Nolan Ellis brought down in the backfield for a Hilltopper sack by number 11, Brian Cruz.
Brian Cruz jumping the line. He had Ellis in his sights and was uncovered the whole time. Missed him the first time, regrouped and got him the second. Loss of what looks like 7 yards. We'll say 3rd and 15. Losing 7 yards there on second down. One pass for Ellis in the game. 3rd and long. We'll see if he goes to the air. Has plenty of receivers lined up on either side. They set the man in motion. Dropped ball. Ball is loose. They'll fall on it. Hilltopper signaling it's theirs. Durfee takes over on the fumble for the Indians. The turnover goes Durfee's way on 3rd down. The Hilltoppers will start their next drive from the 25, 1st and 10. 24, we'll say 24-yard line. The Hilltoppers in new jerseys this year, red jerseys with black numbers, replacing their old black on black uniforms. Some room for the Hilltoppers. What a move by Concepcion! Down at the 30. What a run for Eli Concepcion. 46 yards and a Hilltopper first down at the 30 of Dartmouth.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Eli keeps this up. He's going to have 100 yards before we get out of the first. My gosh. He scored the touchdown to start the game off. And now another big run and another timeout for the Indians. 2:57 to play in the first quarter. Hilltoppers with the ball back, with the lead, and looking for more. First and 10, a run and a slip. The first time we've seen the wet field play into it. It appears that Brian Cruz with the recovery for that fumble for Durfee moments ago. Our fumble for the Indians, Brian came away with it, and that was after the sack as well. So 2 key plays for number 11, Brian Cruz for the Indians. 2-yard carry, going to be 2nd and 8. Another handoff and another run for a couple more yards.
Elijah Concepcion on the carry.
Concepcion grabs about 4 more, so 3rd and 4 from across the 15, see about the 14-yard line. Nope, 24-yard line, 24-yard line. Play ruled dead, and the ball did come out.
Flag on the play.
Gonna have a false start on the Hilltoppers.
We have a false start on the Hilltoppers.
We're gonna replay the down 5 yards back, so we'll have a 3rd and 9 coming up for Durfee. Was 3rd and 4, now 3rd and 9 for the Hilltoppers.
After the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 9 for the Hilltoppers.
1:43 to play in the first quarter. send Concepcion in motion. He skips through 2 defenders, still on his feet, getting pushed. This may be enough for the first down. And that is going to be a first down for the Hilltoppers. That's a heck of a run. Plenty of pressure from the Indians defense. And Concepcion just snuck right through everybody and then let the pile push him forward. Good teamwork for the Hilltoppers. 1st and 10, Durfee from the 20. Final minute of the first quarter. Have to get another play or 2 in. Right up the middle, Concepcion takes it. Another decent run.
Concepcion, the ball carrier. Gain of about 4 for the Hilltoppers.
Ball at the 15, a 5-yard carry. Be 2nd and 5. "20 seconds left in the first. Should get one more play off here. Now 15 seconds before we switch sides. They'll pitch it out to Concepcion. Ooh, runs into a wall. Down there for Dartmouth. Tandler Tavares and Maxwell Farah. And that's going to do it for the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Hilltoppers lead it 7-0 after 1 here at Mack Aldridge Field. When we come back, they'll face 3rd and 3 from deep in Dartmouth territory. Okay, we've switched sides here at the home of the Hilltoppers, Mack Aldridge Field. Week 4 football, Durfee with a 7-0 lead after 1 quarter. They're looking for more, moving the ball well against this Indians defense that has struggled dearly all season long through the first 3 games, halfway through the season really. And Durfee hit the field, and now everybody leaving for the Indians, so a timeout was called right before we lined up. This is coming right out of the quarter. A little strange, not something you normally will see. The Hilltoppers going to face a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 when we come out of this timeout. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV as we continue our fall sports coverage of high school sports. We were supposed to have some Big 3 girls soccer earlier in the week, but the weather, uncooperative game actually got postponed to towards the end of October, towards the end of the season. The weather this week really just not good. And suffice it to say, I think we're pretty lucky that it's dry right now because it wasn't good before the game tonight. Okay, one of our officials making his way back from it. Looks like it was an official timeout. So the team's getting a little extra time. That was not a charged timeout to either side. And here we go.
Third down and 3 to start the second quarter for the Hilltoppers.
3rd and 3 from the 11-yard line, it appears. Maybe the 13, a little further back from the 11. So big 3rd down for Dartmouth and for Durfee. Hilltoppers again with the 1-score lead early. They do hand it off. And a dive forward. This is going to be awfully close. The official coming out at the line to gain, and it may be enough for a 1st down. No signal yet, as the men in stripes will sort it out. And now an official timeout. I think we may get a measurement. They're signaling 1st down. Durfee does move the chains. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 9.
1st and goal, Hilltoppers from the 9-yard line.
So on a pivotal 3rd and short, Durfee able to convert. And now knocking at the door, the end zone for some more points. 1st and goal, 9 to go. Concepcion gets the pitch. He has some room, still on his feet, and is tackled
Pitch to number 28, Elijah Concepcion.
by Maxwell Farah, number 87, the big tight end for Dartmouth. He's been kind of all over. The one defender that we've been mentioning a lot for the Indians, making some plays. And it doesn't look like Concepcion, I think he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage there, so it doesn't look like any gain. That time maybe a yard. So let's say 2nd and goal from the 8.
Concepcion, the ball carrier.
So interestingly enough, after Lucas Roque got the first couple carries of the game, it's been Concepcion really doing it all for the Hilltoppers from the backfield.
3rd and goal for the Hilltoppers.
We'll see what Coach Brown decides to call here on 3rd and goal. Again, no gain, getting right back to the line of scrimmage here, just inside the 10. Say maybe the 8-yard line, so we'll say 3rd and 8 again. Roque and Concepcion in the backfield. Montero calls hike. Looking to pass. This would be his first pass of the night, and he is going down. There is a flag coming in.
Durfee quarterback number 10, Niger Montero.
Kind of surprised to see the pass there. And now a flag again on 3rd down, thrown in the direction of the Hilltoppers, and it is on Durfee. Holding on Durfee, and the penalty was declined to bring up 4th down, especially after the sack and the loss of yards. It was very unfortunate. What was a very promising drive for Durfee. Indians halting again. Not quite sure the thought to pass there. I mean, little different. Durfee hadn't gone to the air at all to do it on a pivotal 3rd and goal. Kind of surprising to say the least. They're going to go for the field goal. So Inacion will do the kicking. It's on its way, and it's going to be short and to the left. So the kick is no good. Durfee comes up empty on drive number 2, moving the ball effectively. Again, really one of the differences here, and kind of surprising again, Roque had 2 good runs early in the game, and then it's been Concepcion the rest of the way. I'm surprised they didn't hand it off to Roque. They had him out there. Would have liked to see them maybe change it up a little bit. The Indians, though, it's not a bad idea to kick the field goal. There's no going for it on 4th down. You're backed up about 20 yards. That's asking a lot. Why not try kicking it? Not something you normally see. Our field goals in high school football either. We don't see a lot of them. So, and the Hilltoppers were at a good spot in the field. So basically 20-yard line we're looking at here. 1st and 10 for the Indians. And getting a first down on kind of a wild run right there, Dylan Pacheco. So the Indians move the chains on their first snap of drive number 2. Now from the 31, 1st and 10, fake the handoff. And Ellis not going far. Giving him maybe a yard and a half, so it's going to be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 9, they back it up a little bit. 2nd and 9 from the 32. Handoff to Pacheco. Brought down after a gain of about 3. 4 yards, we'll say. 3rd and 4 coming up.
Third and 7 for the Indians.
Third and 4, they snap it and they fake the handoff. Ellis has to get rid of it quickly. Completed pass, and a good reach there. They went to the tight end, Farah,
Number 11, Nolan Ellis.
and they move the chains.
To number 87, Max Farah.
Chains were already moving like almost simultaneously. Didn't get a second look at it. It was awfully close. I thought Farah went down before he made his reach, but no replay here in high school football, so you got to stay with the call. But those chains moved rather quickly. That was very close. The first down for the Indians. They do move those chains from the 42. And they'll run it. 6-yard carry. Just shy of midfield.
Pacheco, the ball carrier.
It's Pacheco again, so a good carry, and he's been very busy on this second drive for the Indians. Going to bring up 2nd and 4 from the Indians' 48.
From the 48-yard line.
Five and a half to play in the second quarter, halfway through it. That should get the Indians just across midfield. They'll be about a yard short of the first on the Durfee 49. You see the ball kind of fluttering in the bottom of your screen. That's the QB for Durfee, keeping warm on the sidelines. 3rd and 1 for the Indians at the Durfee 49. And what do you know? They're going to run it again. Pacheco dives up the middle for about 6 yards. And another first down for Dartmouth.
1st and 10 from the Hilltoppers 47.
And keep in mind as well, as we get closer to the end of this first half, that the Indians will get the ball to start the third. They kicked off to begin the ball game. And Dartmouth at the Durfee 43, 1st and 10. Gonna run it. And dragging Hilltoppers with him. Should be a first down.
Brought down by number 13, Jason Hall.
Hilltoppers having trouble stopping the run of the Indians. They grab just enough for another first down. They're down to the Durfee 33, 1st and 10. And now a timeout. Probably a wise choice for the Hilltoppers.
Timeout Hilltoppers.
And the home team will gather and discuss what's been going on in this drive for the Indians. Again, you know, for Durfee, this is a young team working hard each week to get better. Coach Brown said this week was a very good week practice-wise, and I find that ironic, again, considering how bad the weather's been. It's got to add to the challenge. But keep grinding out each practice and, you know, trying to get better each week, and that's really all you can do every week. You know, first couple games of a season, and we even see it at the, you know, pro level, is you're still trying to find yourself as a team. You can have as many practices as you want, but until you get into the actual game and get into the action of facing a live opponent, it's not the same as just facing, you know, your defensive squad, you know, against your offensive squad. It's a little different. Everybody knows each other. You don't have another coach on the far sidelines picking things up and making adjustments. So it's definitely, football's a complex sport. And the Hilltoppers, though, still with the lead here after they scored in the first minute of the game. And another successful run for the Dartmouth Indians. This one's going to be good for about 5 yards. So halfway to the line to gain, 2nd and 5 from the 27. And 4 minutes to play in the first half. It's been a pretty quick half. And when they're running the ball, everybody's running the ball and staying in bounds and running it up the middle, so it's not going to stop the clock. Ellis passing, far side, complete to Farah, gets tripped up.
Nolan Ellis' pass is complete to number 87, Maxwell Farah.
See where they spot the ball. The official was on the inside of the first down marker. And they spot him a yard short, so 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Hilltoppers have had trouble on 3rd down defensively. And they did get that key sack earlier in the drive. In the last drive, rather. The handoff to Pacheco. Plenty of room for a first down and good chunk of yards more.
Pacheco, the ball carrier.
And a lot of holes on the defense. So into the red zone, the Indians go once again. They came up empty in their first drive. They're at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. That's a good pitch and a lot of room on this near side for Pacheco.
Pitch to Pacheco, brought down by number 12, Cameron Rogers.
Rogers on the tackle. For a minute, Pacheco, when he kind of moved his arms down, I actually thought he lost the ball for a second. Short gain. I liked the play call from the Indians and head coach Rick White, but
2nd down and 8.
Couldn't get far. Just did a lot of running, laterally. 2nd and 8 from the 14. Fake the handoff. Ellis looking to pass again, looking for his man, and it is incomplete. Well covered.
Number 11, Nolan Ellis' pass is incomplete. Pass was intended for number 13, Nathan Oliver.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 with 1:58 to play in the half. The Indians going to get down inside the 5.
Ellis' pass to number 28, Pacheco, brought down by number 58, Jason Babola.
So it's a first down for Dartmouth. Ball right at the 5. First and goal from the 5.
First and goal, Indians from the 5-yard line.
.90 seconds to play in the half. Dartmouth looking to tie it up. They hand it off to Pacheco, who is stopped.
Pacheco, the ball carrier.
And based on where the linesmen are, I'm not sure he even got a yard out of that run.
Number 68.
Maybe half a yard. Yeah, he got 1 yard. He's down at the 4. Second and goal from the 4. That's a good stop up the middle there for the Hilltoppers. They'll have to do it again. Clock will keep rolling. 60 seconds to play in the half. Another handoff. No, Ellis keeps it. Ellis taken down short of the goal line.
Ellis on the keeper, brought down by number 3, Lucas Roque.
Grabbed 2, and you can credit Lucas Roque with that stop. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 2, and a timeout now by the Indians to stop the clock at 44 seconds. It is a full team timeout, but really designed to stop the clock here and make sure you put your best foot forward. I would imagine, especially with the Indians knowing they're getting the ball the second half, that this would be 4-down territory for them. I mean, they're just knocking on the door. So need 2 yards for the touchdown and basically have 2 plays to get it. And you hear the Durfee crowd getting loud here at the end of the half, trying to spark the team and the defense. Been a very energetic crowd. They've had to wait. We had a good crowd on hand in Somerset, which is so close by on opening night, but nothing like this turnout of the student body, the student cheering squad for the Hilltoppers, the 12th man. Durfee out on the field first. The Indians follow. 3rd and goal from the 2. Now, while the Indians have done well running the ball primarily tonight, don't be shocked if Ellis goes to the air and looks for Maxwell Farah, number 87. They hand it off to Pacheco. Pacheco diving forward, and he is now into the end zone. No signal yet, but it sure looks like he got through. And there is the signal. The Indians tie it up at the end of the first half. Well, I mean, if we're going to be specific, it is 7-6. This would be the game-tying touchdown. Got to hit the extra point to tie it up. And we'll see what the kicker for Dartmouth, number 30, Jack Mignault, can do. Tough snap. Ball is blocked, so I stand corrected. No official tie. But the Hilltoppers do give up a touchdown. They're clinging to a 1-point lead. Lucas Roque with the block. Wasn't a good snap there. The hold wasn't really down right before the kick was coming in. So the Hilltoppers will lead by 1. With 37 seconds to play in the first half. Here, the Durfee students cheering. I believe that we will win. We got a lot of football to play tonight here at Mac Aldrich Field. Indians kicking off right to left.
Number 28, Dylan Pacheco, set to kick off for the Indians.
Pacheco kicking off. His opening kickoff went out of play. He had to re-kick it. And 37 seconds on the clock. The Toppers would love a good return like they had to start the game. A low kick gets through all the way to the far sidelines, and a flag it rolls out of play.
Indian stick goes out of bounds. Flag on the play.
Let's see if they're going to have Dartmouth re-kick it like they did before. I believe they will. Hilltoppers catching a break because it sure looked like it had been touched on that bounce, but that would have been a live ball. The Indians will re-kick it. They'll go back to the 35. One on the ground, rolling, scooped up at the 30, came out, and downed is Concepcion at the 33, 34-yard line. 32 seconds here in the half. See if the Hilltoppers can run a play or two, maybe get a pass off. That would be nice. See Hilltoppers try to go down the field here with little time on the clock. First and 10, Durfee from their own 34. Montero under center. Pitches it out to Concepcion. And it's tackled just across the line of scrimmage, maybe for a gain of 2. And with 20 seconds left in the half, Hilltoppers call timeout at 19 seconds. That timeout just stops the clock. Time management here. Second and 7. And 23 seconds on the clock. They added 4 seconds. And a handoff to Roque, his first handoff since the beginning of the game. And he is met by a slew of Indians, could not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by number 58 and number 13.
And the Hilltoppers content to let the time run out here in the first half. They will go to the locker rooms with a 1-point lead after one half of football here at Mac Aldridge Field. The Hilltoppers 7, the Indians 6. So Durfee scored in the first minute of the game, and it took Dartmouth till the final minute of the half to answer with a touchdown of their own. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
has 2 rows. And it has 2 rows.
He almost fell back. How do you almost fall back? Goes outside, right? He goes right up to the window, and he just pegs me off right from the window. And I'm like, oh yeah, keep going. And then he just looks at the suit, and then he walks away. I'm like, what the heck? I'm
looking. Second half about to begin here at Mac Aldridge Field. You just saw the Hilltopper Marching Band put on their halftime show. They sound good here in week 4, our first chance to see the Durfee musicians. So great job there for the marching band. Hilltoppers will kick off. to start the second half. And it's picked up by Farah, it looks like, number 87. He's taken down shy of the 35.
Number 87, Maxwell Farah, receives the kickoff. Takes the ball to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Indians.
So the Indians will have it from their own 35 to start the drive. They scored right at the end of the first half, their first touchdown. That's why the score stands 7-6. They missed the extra point. So the Hilltoppers clinging to a 1-point lead and stood up and taken back. Wow.
Handoff to number 28, Dylan Pacheco.
Lucas Roque
Driven back by number 28, Elijah Concepcion.
with a tackle and then some. Forward progress is going to count, so it looked a little better than it did. Basically no gain. One thing for Durfee, though, I'll be interested to see, since the defense is out there basically back-to-back series, is if they can adjust here and stop the run at all, because the run for the Indians was pretty prolific in that second quarter. Durfee with a very difficult time stopping the run. 2 plays into the second half. I like what I'm seeing so far. In the middle there, getting buttoned up just a bit. Only 1 yard of forward progress on this drive in 2 snaps. It'll be 3rd and 9. Pretty quick first half. Again, primarily running the ball, both sides. So, when that happens and running it up the middle, you're not getting outside, out of bounds. Not passing, no incompletions, nothing to really stop the clock. So that first half went rather quickly. Ellis going to go to the air, far sidelines. It is caught, but it's short of the first down. And actually they're saying incomplete. I think he was out of bounds. So 4th down and 9, and the Indians going to have to punt. This is our first punt of the game for either side. Going to kick the ball. It's a good punt. That's a really good punt. Going to drop and bounce at the 35.
Nolan Ellis' punt is downed by number 84, Paul Pittman.
Paul Pittman downing the ball at the 34-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Durfee forces a 3 and out coming out of the locker rooms to begin the second half. That's going to feel good. Again, 2 running plays and a passing play for the Indians. And on both runs, only netting 1 yard. So not bad. A good start for the Hilltoppers defensively. See how the offense does. Did not pass much offensively either. The Hilltoppers basically ran the ball all through that first half, and they run it here on first down. It's going to be just short of a first down.
Number 3,
Lucas Roque with the carry. And in fact, they give him the first down. I didn't think he got there or the spot. The linesman on the far side correcting the linesman on this side, and that is good enough for the first down. So Durfee moving the chains on their first play from scrimmage in the second half. From their own 43, 1st and 10. Looked like a keeper. And Montero kept it. We saw him kind of reach up. I think the ball might have come loose for a second. Again, everything's still kind of damp out there. The rain has not come back, but the field's still quite a bit wet. Second down and 8. They hand it off. Concepcion. Man, right up the middle. Talk about finding an open lane. We have an Indians player down on the field. And they're actually marking as well. Should note that they're marking the Hilltoppers just short of the first down by half a yard. So it'll be 3rd and short, but again, a Dartmouth Indian player down on the field with an apparent injury right at the 50.
Hey guys. Hey, stop throwing that thing around. I'm gonna knock it off.
Out of the timeout here for the injured player, I should say. 3rd and short for Durfee. Again, I thought they had the first down, but no, just barely not getting there. Now they have it, and they'll move the chains across the 45.
Number 10, Niger Montero on the keeper, and that's good enough for another Hilltoppers.
Down to the 44. Another run for the Hilltoppers. They're going to grab about 5 or 6 on that carry.
Number 28, Elijah Concepcion on the carry. Brought down by number 87, Maxwell Carroll.
Going to bring up 2nd and 4. Toppers lined up for the run once again. They will hand it off to Concepcion right up the middle where he's lived all game. Kind of a late hit on the QB for Durfee as well, but no flag. The first down for the Hilltoppers, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Made by number 13, Nathan Oliver.
Ball spotted at the Indians 31 as the Hilltoppers, after getting that 3 and out on defense, driving once again. Concepcion with another carry and another good run right up the middle. He's so sneaky, he just gets right through the line, and before they can react, he's already gone for 6-8 yards this time. 8 yards on that carry. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Really impressed by the running game for Concepcion. Roque has had a few good carries as well, but it's been more Concepcion than Roque tonight. Timeout, Dartmouth, 5:47 to play in the third quarter, almost halfway through the third. The Hilltoppers looking to add to their 1-point lead. This is a full team timeout for the Indians. Dartmouth's been shut out once on the season, scoring a single touchdown in 2 of their 3 losses, and now scoring 1 tonight. But missing the extra point for the Hilltoppers. This is just their 2nd touchdown of the season. They've been shut out twice in their first 3 games. The Indians have had Durfee's number over the last few years. So if the Hilltoppers able to have a strong second half here, this would be a major victory for Durfee. Play whistled dead.
Flag on the play.
There's a false start. The official on the far sideline making the call across the field. So that's going to back the Hilltoppers up after an 8-yard first down carry for Concepcion. Going to lose 5 of those yards here to start second down. 2nd and 6. Long 6, almost more like 2nd and 7, really. A fumble on the snap. Ball is loose. And Montero able to smother it. But that's going to be another loss of 5 yards. And, these are some of the little mistakes. Again, I'm sure the ball is wet, so you're going to blame the conditions a little bit. But these are some of those mistakes that Coach Brown mentioned before the game and kind of what stops them in their tracks. So you had a good drive going. You have a false start, 5 yards back. Now a botched snap. Fumble recovered by the team, but another loss of 5. So now you're looking at 3rd and a long 12, almost 3rd and 13. That's not where you want to go. You want to be going forward, not back. Montero with the pitch, or the handoff rather, to Roque, and he runs into a wall for a short gain. And Maxwell Farah, talking about him, the tight end for the Indians a couple times tonight. Tight end and linebacker. He's been very strong defensively for the Indians.
4th and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Only a gain of about 2. Can bring up 4th and 11. The Hilltoppers not going to punt it away. Try to get a few more yards and maybe get lucky with a 4th and long first down. We'll see what happens here. Montero rolling out, tons of pressure, throwing on the run. It's picked off, and the Indians will have it from basically the same spot as if the Hilltoppers didn't convert. So not the worst thing in the world, but certainly not what the Hilltoppers were looking for on a drive that held a lot of promise here in the third quarter. Dartmouth's going to take over. Decent field position. The Indians were held to a 3-and-out to start the second half. Let's see what the Durfee defense comes up with here on the second drive for Dartmouth in the third quarter. Indians will have it from about their own 34-yard line.
Ellis's pass is complete to Nathan Oliver.
Loss of yards on the first down carry for the Indians, who have not been able to really put it together with the running game in just the couple snaps they've had in this third quarter. Again, it was a problem for the Hilltopper defense in the second quarter, but so far doing well maintaining the run. Getting tripped up was Pacheco. It sure looked like he was down. Anybody going to tackle him? And he's going down the field with some help. Going to be spun down at the 25. Man, I thought he was down in the backfield. That's a big run for Pacheco.
Brought down number 17, Joseph Rodriguez. It'll be first and 10 Indians.
First and 10 Dartmouth, just shy of the 25-yard line of the Hilltoppers. Ellis looking to pass, rolling to this side, throws it into the ground, intended for Farah, incomplete.
It'll be second and 10.
It'll be second and 10. From the 26, here we go, second and 10 after the incomplete pass. And Pacheco tackled. This time Roque is there, as well as Jason Hall. He was also there, number 13. That's a big stop right there on second and 10. Farah moving to the far side. It looks like he's coming out for this play. In fact, he is. Javar Williams, number 21, he's back in. But Farah, the big tight end, not here for this play. Trying to get some extra running power. And Williams, I think, see where he goes down, but he might be just a hair short. No, they moved the chains.
Javar Williams. Still enough for an Indians first down. First and 10 from the 15-yard line.
Again, and that's the angle is tough, but again, as he was diving for that first down, it looked like that knee went down before he got there. So on third and 10, the Indians convert. First and 10 now again. So they move those chains. Pacheco on the run, getting sent backwards. And a little extra, and now a flag.
Pacheco, the ball carrier, driven back by
that should be on the Indians.
Flag on the play.
We'll wait our official for the call. And indeed it is. Penalty on the offense.
We have a personal foul on Dartmouth.
Indians picking up the personal foul, and that will be a 15-yard penalty. So that's a big penalty, especially when after the Hilltoppers just allowed the 3rd and 10 conversion. So it's going to be 1st and 25 after the 15-yard penalty.
Second down.
Or second down, rather. They lose the down. So 2nd and 25. And stopped behind the line for a loss of a few more.
Hand off to Pacheco. Brought down on the back.
Pacheco down for a loss.
And number 65.
And we're looking at basically 3rd and 20. I'm sorry, 3rd and 30. 20 yards just to get to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long for the Indians.
3rd and long is an understatement. Farah back in, the tight end. He's on the near side with Nathan Oliver, wide receiver. Ellis gonna pass. Hurling it down the field. Hilltoppers picked it off. What a play, man. It took a while for confirmation because not anything we could see very well from in here. And how about that? The pass was there, had plenty of distance for 1st down.
Joseph Rodriguez with the interception.
Joseph Rodriguez Figueroa with the pick. And that's the 1st interception for Ellis. Again, very few passes thrown in the game, but his first pickoff. 5 seconds to play in the 3rd. The Hilltoppers will have a long field ahead of them as they start this drive. Running it on 1st down. Concepcion gets by, has some room, puts the shoulders down for a good 1st down run.
28, Elijah Concepcion. He has enough for a Hilltoppers.
Durfee digs himself out of the hole on 1st and 10 from inside the 10, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter here at Mac Aldridge Field. The Hilltoppers with that big turnover and that personal foul hurting the Indians big time. So, you know, it just goes to show you that penalties have a major effect on your drive, because for the Hilltoppers it stopped their last drive and now it stopped the Indians on their drive.
The boys soccer team beat Old Rochester today with a score of 4-1.
Durfee in the huddle. Final 11 minutes from Mac Aldridge Field. 2 0-3 teams playing tonight at Durfee. The Hilltoppers leading by a point and hoping to come out of this one on their home field with their first W of the season. But this one far from over. 1st and 10. Hilltoppers, after the first play they had from Concepcion, he takes it again. Probably going to be about 3 yards short of the 1st. Man, he's had a great game.
Flag on the play.
And there is a flag.
Holding against the Hilltoppers.
It is a hold, and that's going to bring play back. Holding is a spot foul, so it's not full 10 yards from behind the line. It's a spot foul, and then you replay the down. So Durfee only losing really 2 yards from the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 12. I'm sorry, 1st and 12 rather. 1st and 12. Replay the down. And they're going to go for, I think it's Roque with the carry that time. I saw the white sleeves. I think Roque had it. It was Roque. Short gain on the 1st down play.
Gain of 4.
2nd and 8 coming up. if anything, for Durfee, obviously you want some more points, but time management here. You get a couple first downs, and you can, small bits of yardage here and there. You can really take the clock down and not give Dartmouth a lot of time to work with. Already a minute gone in this fourth quarter, 10 minutes to play. So it's all about time management as well. They pitch it out to Concepcion. Oh, and he slipped. Lost his footing. Farrow was coming in on him. And in fact loses a yard rather. So he's going to bring up third down. Lost 2 yards. 3rd and 10 after slipping at the line of scrimmage. Third and 10. All you got to do is touch him. He had the offsides right there. Hilltoppers will get the first down regardless. When you got someone in the neutral zone like that, we saw it from the Patriots a couple weeks ago, you just got to touch the guy. Durfee did not, but luckily it did not come back to hurt them. They do make that third down conversion. Concepcion with it again. Probably getting close, if he's not already at 150, he might be getting close to 200 yards. He had basically 100 after 1 quarter. Kid's been having a great game, and he's the one who scored Durfee's only touchdown way back in the first minute of the game. Seems like a long time ago. Durfee has never trailed. Another bad snap, and getting wrapped around is Montero. Again, I'm thinking that the ball may just be damp and having trouble holding on to it. That's a couple times we've seen that happen tonight to Montero. That's a loss of about 3 yards. We'll say 2nd and 13. The ball back to the 36 of the Hilltoppers. Handed off to Concepcion once again, fighting his way across the original line of scrimmage, across the 40 for a gain of about maybe 4 or 5. Going to give him 5 yards. It actually been 6 yards. So 3rd and 7, a long 7 coming up for Durfee. Across the 40 to the 42, got to get to the 49 to keep the drive going. 7.5 minutes to play in the game. Taking a long time to get the play back out there to and a timeout called by the Indians. That's going to probably help. That helps the Hilltoppers because took a long time for them to get back to the line of scrimmage there and could have faced a delay of game. So Dartmouth's kind of saving Durfee a little bit there. They take the timeout. Stops the clock at 7:24. And while we have the timeout, let's look at the road ahead for both sides. For the Indians, they will head to Bridgewater Raynham for OC action. League play in the Old Colony against the Trojans next Friday. Then they'll return home for back-to-back games to wrap up the regular season. They'll face New Bedford on the 12th and Barnstable. More OC action for the Indians on October 19th. For Durfee, just 2 more games slated on the regular season. They will host Barnstable next week, and then Brockton, Big 3 play here at Mac Aldridge Field on the 12th. They have a bye in week 7. And of course, the Hilltoppers, after hosting on Thanksgiving last year, will travel to New Bedford for the regular season, for the season finale rather, on Thanksgiving morning. And of course, we'll have that game for you on Fred TV. 3rd and 7 out of the timeout. Hilltoppers need to get to the 49 to convert. And they hand it off to Old Reliable. Eli Concepcion, and it's going to be awfully close. The spots have been very favorable tonight, and our linesmen on this side walking up the 49. I think this should be good enough for a Hilltoppers first down. Very close. We may have a measurement.
We have an official timeout for a measurement here.
Looks good from here, guys. We'll see what happens when they bring the chains out, but at least from this angle, it looks very good. They'll stretch out the chains. It's a whole ball length. Not even close. Hilltoppers convert on third down again. Thirty-second timeout for the Hilltoppers after that conversion with 7:01 to play. Going to work on the helmet of one of the Hilltoppers. I think that's Concepcion. It is. That's why they had to burn the timeout. And he's going to get out there just in time to snap the ball. Hilltoppers need him out there. That's for sure. Everyone discombobulated. Had an extra man on the field, I think, in case Concepcion couldn't get back out there. That was Rodriguez Figueroa coming back off the field. And now we will resume play, it appears. Topper's got to get to the line. First and 10.
Montero on the keeper.
Montero with the keeper there and not getting very far. In fact, may have lost a yard. Now ball's at the 48, a loss of a yard on first down. So 2nd and 11. Concepcion and Roque in the backfield once again. We'll see if they hand it off. In fact, they do. Concepcion up the middle, and that is going to be another first down for the Hilltoppers. Or it should be another first down. Marking him short. Like to see a measurement on this one. They're not going to do it. And, I think we will have an official timeout. Yeah, good. They need to measure this one because it looks very close from here.
We'll have a measurement.
I mean, the chains, guys working the markers on the far side, they're not perfectly upright, and it could be adding to the illusions. Where the chains are on the ground, this could be awfully close. Man, like 2 inches, holy cow. Hilltoppers off by literally a quarter of a football, just a nose.
After the measurement, it remains third down.
It will be third down and very short. So here we go, 3rd and inches First down, Hilltoppers get it on third down. They have been exceptional on third down, and particularly in the second half. They get across the 40 to the 39 of the Indians. First and 10, and the clock will keep rolling. We're halfway through the fourth quarter, 5:30 to play in the game. Concepcion gets the handoff wrapped up by Farah.
Number 28, Elijah Concepcion, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 82.
I stand corrected. Number 82 with the tackle there. We do not have a number 82 on Dartmouth's roster. I always love that. We're missing numbers. Very frustrating. Good play by number 82 of the Indians. Sorry, we don't know your name. Two-yard carry, going to be 2nd and 8. Roque with the carry this time, and he powers his way down to the 35 for a couple yards. We're looking at 3rd and 6, 3rd and a long, maybe 3rd and 5, 3rd and 5. 4 minutes to play in the game. And no one has left here at Mac Aldridge Field. A great crowd for the home opener in week 4. Coach Taylor Brown recently inducted into the Durfee Hall of Fame. Working the sidelines and looking for his first win of the season. Another first down. This is looks like it is. Again, it could be very. Hilltoppers are flirting with the line to gain in this drive. It is a first down. That one doesn't need measuring, and that's a big first down for Durfee. As we're at 3:35 on the game clock.
First and 10 from the 29-yard line.
The Hilltoppers with the first down across the 30 at the 29 of the Indians. Look to keep running the ball. Concepcion with the handoff. He's had one heck of a game. And now, timeout.
Brought down by number 55. Owen Giebelt. We have a timeout, Dartmouth.
Indians going to start using the timeouts to try to manage the clock here as Durfee keeps running the ball right down the throat of Dartmouth. 3 minutes exactly to play. And we'll have a 2nd and 5 coming up. That one just a 30-second timeout to stop the clock. Both teams staying on the field. Durfee back to the line. 2nd and 5 from the 24. It'd be great for Durfee to run out the clock. Another loose ball, another bad snap for the Hilltoppers, and I think it looked like Montero was able to get it back and in fact get a couple yards, which is miraculous. I was just about to say, you know, if Durfee can run out the clock, that would be ideal, but even more so, forget just running it out. Get in the end zone for another touchdown. Well, it looks like Montero lucky to just get back to the line of scrimmage. They don't move the ball after the fumble. So we're going to bring up 3rd and 5. With 2:53 to play. Dartmouth stopping the clock again with a timeout. Third downs have not scared the Hilltoppers on this drive. They'll have to do it the hard way again. 3rd and 5 from the 24. Under 3 minutes to play. Concepcion gets the ball, powering his way for another Hilltopper first down.
He has enough for another Hilltopper.
Hilltoppers down inside the 15 now. Just shy of the 10. Actually, about the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 from about the 14. .230 to play, and the clock continues to roll here at Mac Aldridge Field in the 4th quarter. Hand off to Concepcion. Getting pushed towards the end zone.
Hand off to number 3, Lucas Roque.
Oh, it was Lucas Roque with the carry. Down at the 5.
The ball down to about the 5-yard line.
Timeout for Dartmouth. Going to be 2nd and a yard to go. No, they're giving him, it was a first down. 1st and goal for the Hilltoppers when we come back from this full team timeout. 2:08 to play. Coming up this week on Fred TV as we hit the month of October. And have more field hockey for you at the end of the week. Bishop Stang coming to town, and of course that's weather permitting. And then we'll be back here next Friday for more football. Again, Durfee hosting the rest of the regular season here through these first 7 weeks. 2 more home games for them coming up. They'll see Barnstable next week and then Brockton the following week. Out of the timeout, Hilltoppers with a 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line. Concepcion, no, that's Roque. Roque is in for the touchdown. What a textbook drive for the Hilltoppers here in the 4th quarter. Durfee up 13-6. And what's remarkable is how good the defense has been in the second half. They were unable to stop the run in the 2nd quarter, and boy, have they made some adjustments. They've held Dartmouth scoreless in the second half and now used up almost all of the 4th quarter clock with the running game, using all 3 downs per first down. This has been a fantastic drive for the Hilltoppers. Timeout, Durfee.
Durfee.
And you have to imagine, I mean, you're up by 7. I wonder if Coach Brown is contemplating going for 2 to make it a 2-possession game with 2:04 to play. Durfee did nail the extra point, but kicking, especially with a bit of a breeze, is never a guarantee. I think the odds sometimes are better going for 2. I don't see number 51 out there, Inacion, who did the kicking way back in the 1st quarter for that extra point. It does look like they're going for 2. So this would be big for Durfee. This would make it a 9-point game and basically put it out of reach. Concepcion is going to get stopped. No good on the 2-point conversion. The Hilltoppers will have to settle for what is now a 7-point lead with 2:04 to play. 13-6 the score here in the 4th. And now you got to rely on the defense. Setting the ball at the 40. Hilltoppers getting ready to kick off. 3 back deep for the Indians. 3 different players ready to receive the ball. Decent kickoff is going to be fielded inside the 20 by number 13 of the Indians, who has some room, and it's going to go the length of the field for the touchdown. Nathan Oliver, a senior, on one play, the return down to the end zone to make it a 1-point game again. Indians went for an extra point when they scored their first touchdown at the end of the first half, and the kick was no good. In fact, it was blocked. Now they'll be kicking to tie it up or going for the 2-point conversion to take the lead. And a timeout on the field. Timeout Hilltoppers.
Timeout Hilltoppers.
Needless to say, the crowd stunned here on the Hilltoppers side. Decent crowd on the visitor side for the Indians, but the Durfee fans can't believe what they just saw. To see a 7-point lead back to a 1-point lead on the kickoff in literally seconds. Just not what this home base was looking for or expecting. The kick was blocked the first time the Indians went for the extra point. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 and try for the outright lead. With 1:52 to play, they are going for 2. Watch out for number 87 on the right side of your screen, Farah, if they decide to pass it. They're looking in that direction, and he's in for the 2-point conversion.
Indians 2-point try.
14-13, the Indians, in a game that seemed like it was locked up. Now the Hilltoppers are down by a point. They haven't trailed all game long. This is exactly why the Hilltoppers did try for the 2-point conversion earlier, because a lot of times the odds are better for you. And the Hilltoppers could not punch it in after they had just scored. That would have made it a 9-point game. Even the 2-point conversion here would not have mattered. You'd see Dartmouth going for an onside kick here. Instead, now the Hilltoppers gotta hope and pray they can get down the field. With 1:52, they have a lot of their timeouts. They've used a couple, but they do have a few left over. Dartmouth used a lot of timeouts when Durfee was driving just to give them time for a drive, but they didn't need it. Went right down the field on that return. They'll kick off from the 40. Two back deep for the Hilltoppers, looking for a very strong return. It'll be a squib kick. Coming to the near side and cutting back in. Number 6 for Durfee, Jaden Lewis. Durfee's going to have 103 seconds to work with. They'll have it at their own 39. 1st and 10. The running game has worked for the Hilltoppers. They just can't use 3 downs to get the first downs every time here. Concepcion going to the far side, gets a decent run, maybe 4 or 5 yards. Clock still rolling here. Now a timeout called or signaled. It may have been called a little sooner. It took 3 seconds for the timeout to be signaled by the officials. Right now the clock at 1:31, 91 seconds left. 5-yard carry officially for Concepcion on first down. It's now 2nd and 5 from the 44. And it looks like Montero set up to pass here. Incomplete. Stops the clock after 5 seconds. 3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5 for the Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers lined back up in the running formation here. Concepcion with the handoff. Gets through across the 50 for a first down. 1:21 to play.
He has enough for a Hilltoppers.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. I think they may just stay with the formation. We'll see what happens. And they spike the ball. 5 seconds roll off in the time it took to get back to the line of scrimmage, so I guess Durfee must be out of timeouts, not using them. So that you lose a down when you spike it. It'd be 2nd and 10 from the 46 of Dartmouth. And pitch it out to Concepcion, gets around the pile. Has some room still on his feet, down at the 40. Good for 6.
About 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up 32.
60 seconds to play. Got to line up and go for it. You can't spike it. Well, they are. They're going to leave. And there is a flag, a false start. And that's going to back Durfee up.
By Montero. There is a flag on the play. We have a false start on the Hilltoppers.
It'll be 3rd and 9. Officials going back and forth across the field here. Penalty accepted. 3rd and 9 from the 45. Durfee calling the timeout. So there were timeouts. Not sure why they then went and spiked the ball instead of just calling the timeouts. I don't understand that at all. Because basically you lost 5 seconds and you're forcing everybody to run up to the line. The bare minimum, just stay with the same formation. It's kind of what they've been doing. Just run another play instead of spiking it, wasting it down. Of course, that's just my observation from here in the booth. So 3rd and 9 out of the timeout. Here we go. Montero looking to pass far side, and it is going to be incomplete and nearly picked off.
Montero's pass intended for number 12.
Going to bring up 4th and 9. The only consolation for the Hilltoppers there is that it stops the clock at 50 seconds, but now you need 9 yards on one play. So in a game that the Hilltoppers had in their back pocket, it all comes down to this one play here. 4th and 9, down by a point with 50 seconds to play. And it looks like they're gonna pass. The running game has been so strong, I'm kind of surprised. Montero, pressure coming, and he is going down. And there are no flags. And Dartmouth takes over at the 50 on a turnover on downs. And the Hilltoppers unable to convert on the 2-point conversion, unable to stop the return. This is going to be one that the Hilltoppers know they let slip through their fingers. Dartmouth in victory formation. They take the knee. And that is going to do it. Everybody lining up here. Don't think they're going to need to run another play. They took the knee under 40 seconds. Ten seconds now. 3 seconds, and that's going to do it. Durfee drops to 0-4. The Indians pick up their first win on a whim and a prayer here at Mac Aldrich Field. Tough luck loss for the Hilltoppers. Definitely saw some improvements with this team from opening night over at Somerset. I mean, for one, a step in the right direction offensively. They found the end zone twice. And defensively made some great strides to stop the running game in the second half of the Indians. But that return, ultimately the demise of Durfee here tonight. The return on the kickoff for a touchdown by Nathan Oliver, one of the captains for the Indians. And then the 2-point conversion, the pass to Maxwell Farah, who, again, kind of a key guy, a junior, the tight end and linebacker, a key guy for the Indians defensively, and offensively in the end. He ends up scoring the game-winning, the go-ahead 2-point conversion after the Hilltoppers failed to convert on their 2-point conversion on their second touchdown. Regardless of the outcome, it was a fun game here, a good crowd. Again, not the way the Hilltoppers wanted it to go for sure, considering they had the lead for most of the game. But they'll have to regroup, and they're going to face a tough task with Barnstable coming in. Barnstable always a tough team. So we'll see the Red Raiders from the Cape next Friday here at Mac Aldridge Field. Thanks for tuning in for Week 4 high school football on Fred TV. I'm Evan Massard saying so long from Durfee High School.